Hey, it's John Morrow, and I just wanted to record a quick little walkthrough video for you to go with your cheat sheet. Okay. The purpose of this cheat sheet and this video is to help you get to 1,000 blog subscribers. So maybe you just started a blog, maybe you've been blogging for a while, but you're not sure how to get people to read your blog. You know that this isn't Field of Dreams. It's not build in and they will come. You know that you have to promote it somehow, but you're not really sure about how to go about that. And this whole walkthrough video here is going to show you exactly how to do that. Okay, and we're going to focus on four main traffic strategies. Okay, links from popular bloggers, Twitter, Google Plus, etc. So Pinterest, all of the social networks, SEO, and building your email list. Okay? These are the four main ways that you'll get traffic as a blogger. And to start with, let's go through links from popular bloggers. Okay? You might be wondering, if you're a beginning blogger, how do you get a popular blogger to notice you? How? Because they're probably not reading your blog, right? If you publish something great, they're probably not going to share it or a link to it, because they won't even know it exists, right? So until you get your name recognition up a little bit higher, one of the best strategies for getting links from popular bloggers is actually guest posting or guest blogging. Okay. And the way that this strategy works is find a popular blog that accepts guest posts. So they allow other writers to come in and publish articles with them. Okay, publish an article with them, so write a guest post for them. And then what you want to do is the next day, write a related post on your own blog. Okay, and maybe you talk about a point that you forgot to include in the previous post. Maybe you go a little bit deeper into one of the points that you just kind of skimmed over in the post. Maybe somebody leaves a comment the day before on your guest post, and it gives you an idea for something you need to write about. Whatever it is, write a post that sort of relates to the guest post that you just published. Okay, and write that for your own blog. And then number 3, ask for a link as a follow-up. So once you publish that post on your on your blog the next day, what you want to do is go to the popular blogger and say, "Hey, thank you so much for allowing me to write a guest post for your blog. By the way, I just wrote this follow-up post here on my own blog. Would you mind sharing it for me? Could you share it could you put a link to it in maybe one of your posts, or could you share it on Twitter or Facebook or whatever the case may be?" Okay. And because you just wrote a guest post for them, they're a lot more likely to know and like you and want to do you a favor. Okay. So this is really effective. Next, for Twitter or Google Plus, you may be wondering, so how exactly do you get followers? So you probably heard that all of these places, whether it's Pinterest or LinkedIn or whatever, they can all be great sources of traffic. But you may be wondering, how exactly do you get followers, right? Because if you've only got 50 followers or 100 followers, you're not going to be able to send a ton of traffic, right? So getting your follower count up is key if you're going to focus on any of those. Now, a great thing to do is write a guest post again. So again, this starts with write a guest post. And then take a look at all of the people who share that guest post. Okay? And figure out who those people are. So on Twitter, it's really easy. You just do a search for the title of the guest post. You can also look at everyone who plus one an article. There are different tools for pretty much all of these, except for Facebook. I think it may be hidden on Facebook. But regardless, try to get a list of all the people that are sharing the post. And then number 3, go to all of those people, or number 2 even, go to all of those people and follow them. Okay. So if they're on Twitter, follow them. If they're on Google Plus, circle them. Okay. And then interact with those people and build new relationships. Because if someone is sharing your guest post on another blog, then what's happening is that they like your content. They like your stuff. Okay. And if they like that one guest post, chances are they'd like other things that you publish on your own site. So by following them and by starting to interact with them, that's a great way to not only get new followers, because some of these people will follow you back when you do that, but it's also a really good way to get followers that will share your articles and send you more traffic. Okay, so not all followers are created equal, but by following people and interacting people that specifically are already sharing your guest posts, that's a great way to start getting more traffic from these social networks. All right, next, SEO. If you just started blogging, you might even think this will be your primary traffic strategy. Get ranked on the first page of Google. I'll go ahead and give you the bad news. It's probably going to be a while until you start getting any significant traffic from SEO or from any of the search engines. Just sort of takes time to accumulate links. But this is something that you can get started on and that you can start having some success with. And once again, the strategy that works well for beginners is to write guest posts. Okay, so Google in particular pays a lot of attention to not only the number of links to your site, but the quality of those links. So a link from the New York Times, for example, is a whole lot more valuable than a link from your friend who just started a blog on Blogspot or whatever. Okay, it's probably, I don't know, 10,000 times more valuable in the eyes of Google because it has so much authority. All right, and the same goes for popular blogs. Google places a lot of value on links from popular blogs. So one of the best things you can do is get links from them. And in some ways, this relates back to the first one, but this is a little bit different. So one of the biggest values of writing guest posts is that you get what's called a byline at the bottom. So you write the article, and then down at the bottom it says, this article was written by John Lauro with Boost Blog Traffic, okay? And then there'll be a link to your blog, all right? And that link still counts in the eyes of Google as a good, reputable, quality link. All right, so writing a guest post is a really good way to start getting links from big popular blogs and building up your authority in the eyes of Google. And if you want to take it a step further, Google also has this new thing called authorship or author rank. And the way it works is you ask the blog to link that article that you wrote to your Google Plus profile and to give you authorship credit and to tell Google, okay, this is who wrote this post. That will increase your own author rank and the trust that Google has in you across all of the sites that you're writing for. Okay? So doing this, writing guest posts, great thing to do to increase your credibility. Because listen, it makes sense, right? If you're Google, who are you going to trust more? Somebody that only writes for themselves, or somebody that's been published on the top 20 blogs out there? Okay? It's the guy that's been published for the top 20 blogs, right? He's an authority. The guy who writes for himself, maybe not. Not as credible. Okay, and then lastly, build your email list. This is huge. One of the biggest parts of getting more traffic is capturing the traffic that you're already getting and getting them to come back. If people come to your site and they do not subscribe, chances are at least 95% of those people will never return to your site. Doesn't matter how good your content is, doesn't matter how much you're doing right. They just forget. They're human, okay? So what you want to do is, while they're on your site, do everything you can to build your email list. And that way, every time you publish a new article, you can email them a link to that article. Okay? So in time, your email list should actually be the number one, or at least the number two traffic source on your site. Okay? It should be people who have subscribed that are coming back again and again and again. That's one of the best ways to increase traffic. Over time, those people also share more. They link to your site in their own articles, things like that. Okay, so building your email list is huge, 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 huge. And one of the best ways to do that is, number one, create an opt-in page. All right, and what an opt-in page is a page dedicated exclusively to getting someone to type in their email address. So you actually got to this page through an opt-in page. All right. It's something that says, listen, here's some sort of an incentive, and if you'll type in your email address, I'll give it to you. Okay. What you want to do there then is write a guest post. Okay. And then in your byline, instead of linking back to your own blog, so we discussed bylines up here, instead of linking back to your homepage, okay, or a blog article, link to your opt-in page. Because people just read your guest post, if they click on your byline, they are much, much more likely to subscribe to your email list. When I do this with a guest post, I usually pick up at least 200 or 300 new email subscribers. A lot of my students who are new at this, they still get like 25 to 50 email subscribers per guest post they write. And those people, they're with you, the majority of them will stay with you for the long term. Okay? So that's one great way to get more traffic. And when you start monetizing, your email list is maybe the most valuable asset you have. Okay? But, so that's just a quick walkthrough of how to get your first 1,000 blog subscribers. Over the next few days, I'm going to send you videos that go more in detail through each of these strategies. So if you have a lot of questions, if you're wondering how all of this works, don't worry about it. Over the next few days, we're going to be releasing videos that give you actual real-life case studies of how to get links from popular bloggers, actual real-life case studies of how to get more Twitter followers, actual real-life case studies of people that use guest blogging to get ranked at the top of search engines, real-life case studies of how to build your email list. So you'll be able to see actual examples of people doing this out there in the real world right now, and that you can model those for yourself. Okay? Those will be coming to you over the next few days. Until then, enjoy the cheat sheet. I hope this puts things in perspective for you. Take care. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye now.